let's talk about the platform too. Were you looking forward to this? I mean, what did you think of the first platform?
I love the first platform. I think it introduced a very new concept. I've never seen any movie that's similar to that topic.
Well, there's 333 levels with 2 people on each level, and they have like this extravagant table of food that slowly goes down and stops for maybe 5 minutes, I don't know, and keeps going down the level until it reaches to the bottom, which at a certain amount, people are just stuffing their faces and eating what they want until there's nothing left where, a majority of the people are not going to be able to eat. It's a prison, basically. You can do it voluntarily, or you can do it, or you can be sentenced to it. Like some guy is either a psychiatric hospital or this place called the Hole. And every month they switch different levels. You can be at the bottom, you can be at the top, you can be in the middle. In the first movie, I mean, say what you like about the first movie.
What I like about it, I think it's a very new concept, a very new topic. I feel like it is a very simple setup.
It's a unique premise.
Yeah, it's how this works is very simple. The rules are simple, but it really explores humanity in a lot of different perspectives.
It's also a very blatant allegory for capitalism. And I can get behind that, but it's not subtle in the least. The people at the top eat good, and then they're literally pissing and shitting on people at the bottom sometimes.
Yeah, but it makes you think what you can do, or what everybody can do, can work together to make this situation a little bit better for everybody at every level, So and in that aspect, I feel like it was pretty subtle. Because how the first movie ended was, the Asian little girls and her becoming a message of the situation, and then the guy who sacrificed himself. So I think it was delivering a message that makes you think and connect to you deeper. So I think it really is what a good movie is supposed to do, especially it's something, that hits you psychologically.
Yeah, it explores humanity, capitalism, ethics.
Yeah.
In this one, I think it kind of explores communism a little bit. Everyone's trying to work together, take what they go in with a certain food that they like, their favorite food or whatever, and they're trying to make sure there's a communication down the levels, because there's a hole down there, through the middle, whereas you just take what you need and that's it. Even if someone gets killed or something, they have to throw their food away so no one gets anything extra or benefits from anyone's death. And I think there's certain people who do not go for that. They want their freedom.
Yes.
So it's basically capitalists versus communists, and they even call each other comrade and stuff. Yeah. So it's not any more subtle than the original movie. But the main character, it's another person who volunteers, and the first guy is doing it so he can get a college degree. This woman is doing it because she feels guilty from something that happened in her past that she profited from, and she shares. Her first roommate, she shares with this big dude who's obsessed with pizza. Is this dude a Ninja Turtle or
just average Americans? Burger and pizza. Surprisingly.
No, they're not American.
Oh, they're not Americans.
Yeah, they're Spanish pizza.
Spanish pizza.
So I thought the movie started out really strong, really fast paced. It did not.
Yes, I just in the beginning, it just come out very clear as a very strong message of how this game should work, how the rules should be.
It's much more cooperative than the first movie. The first movie, they just gorged on whatever they could eat.
Well, but the fun thing about that is that it takes some figuring out, right?
Yeah.
People who live in that system is figuring out, and we are trying to figure out how this works as audience and thinking along with them. If they do this, it could have a chain effect downstream that could cause a problem. So like that process of like trying to figure out how to play this game is very fun for me.
In this movie
in
or
the previous
in the previous
one.
movie?
This one, it just give it right to you. This is how you should behave.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, there's also things of religion where there's like this guy who came up with this system, and he's basically cutting his own flesh and feeding it to people, even though he's starving at the bottom. Yeah, I think the system sounds like it could work, but there's always one asshole, or what they call a barbarian, that fucks
Really
up the
is.
system from the bottom, or from above other people. And then it kind of, more people become barbarians because the communists, the comrades, they become a little bit more extreme.
Yeah.
How they
Control
go by
their rules.
Yeah. So of course you're gonna have like characters become more radicalized against that, and then it becomes this all-out war. Mm-hmm. And there was like a scene where they're all on a platform going down, and then they get off, and then the other people get on the platform, and there's like Battle of the Bastards in this one from Game of Thrones, in this one tiny room where they're all just stabbing each other and trying to kill each other. It's pretty wild. But yeah, what do you think of the sequel compared to the first one?
I think maybe I just have a little bit high expectation on this whole platform series, because I know the first one really like hit the point, and the second one, this one is just, it's pretty abrupt how everything happens.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah, I mean, I could see that. I mean, especially at the beginning, but if you watch the first one, you basically know the rules of it already.
Yeah. And how do it's conflicting, especially, I grew up in a country where we definitely lean towards that, communism ideal situation where everybody get equally wealthy.
Yeah.
We come from a good point, because we don't want people to starve. We don't want people to get wealthy off of someone else's, unfortunate situations. And then it's the same thing as like time goes, then there are rules that they want you to follow strictly, to a point that you're thinking, hey, I do have a good cause for doing something, but it does not follow the rules, and you do get, I guess, somewhat punished for not following the rules, and you're just like a little confused. I am helping people, I am being generous, why am I getting punished? So maybe the rules are not perfect, or maybe we can make exceptions for these rules, but it's a conflicting situation. You talking, if you want to change the rules, you never know how it's gonna end. So in the movie, all those barbarians, I want to say the girl who lead the team had a good intention at first. She broke the rules because she wanted to personally make sure those barbarians follow the rules, and she got punished for doing that. So I think that might have changed her mindset, or the people that she recruited. I don't know if they like specifically follow her initial intention anymore, and they just become a whole team of people that goes against the rule makers. And the rule makers, they also try to make sure everybody follow the rules, because
but I mean, they're kind of extremist, and then extremism can radicalize other people from the other side. So yeah, I kind of get that.
Yeah, but if you were the leader, Babby, and you allow someone to break the rules because they have their own reasoning, how do you prevent other people from breaking other rules because they have their reasoning? Like, you cannot.
Interesting thought there.
You're definitely one of those barbarians.
I'm a barbarian.
You're like,
cool.
Hey, so someone who ordered the steak is no longer with us. I'm just gonna take it.
I don't like to waste food. You don't like to waste food.
Yes, but it's a precaution to make sure, so they don't kill each other.
Mm.
So I don't kill you because I want your burgers.
Okay, don't kill me then. The last half, I was a little disappointed in. The cryptic clues of how to escape the thing where something happens, they gas the people when they're switching rooms once a month, and it just didn't really become clear. But, without to spoil anything, and it becomes clear on when it happens, I guess. But I still had to kind of look up, explain this to me, because it's like the last part of it is basically the same ending as the first one. So the first one brings up questions, right?
Yeah.
And then I feel like the sequel is going to answer those questions, but then it seems like we got even more questions, because there's this part where there's kids fighting to get on top of a pyramid of kids, and then that's how they put a kid in the hole.
I have no question.
It was just so confusing. Like
I got disengaged at that point. I think up to the point they are trying to find out the interval time to escape that room, I'm still engaged at that point, and I'm very disappointed how they didn't really utilize that idea for something further. Either like they can discover what's going on with the company that set this whole system up, or whatever. Like it just did, or how this lady can do something to, because her initial intention was to have enough time to be able to think about what she did and be able to forgive herself. And I don't know if she really achieved that goal, but I feel like the ending should have been a lot better, because even if everything happened so sudden and abrupt in the beginning, it still makes me want to follow where the story is going.
Yeah.
And in the first movie, the ending was somewhat abstract, but it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Your thought is still following through with it. This one, I just cannot. I don't understand what is going on with the lady anymore.
Yeah, I think they give sort of clues, especially like after the credits, where they connect the first movie to the second movie, and it makes me feel like they're going to have a third movie.
It makes me feel even worse about it.
Just one other thing is the big Ninja Turtle, the pizza obsessed guy. He's also a mathematician who went crazy because of the square root of -1.
Yeah.
And then you had the answer. And what is that answer?
Yeah, anybody knows it has something to do with the eye. And because I was a math major at school, and I guess when I learned about the eye, how I squared can be -1, kind of blew up my mind, because it doesn't no longer follows everything you've learned about math, about science. So I guess he has a point.
Like how can something be imaginary? And it's like, what's wrong with imagination? And it's another thing with the religious aspects of this movie. Like she's an artist and he's just a mathematician. So he's very rigid.
Yeah.
She is not. So I thought it was funny that you just told me the answer to that. I'm like, gee, I didn't ask for the answer.
I just want to make sure that you're still following. Overall thoughts, I like the idea of this platform series.
It's kind of like Saw for people who like mukbang like you, right?
I don't think so. I wasn't particularly attracted to what they were eating, but I
think it had a lot of more mukbang aspects in the first movie.
Yeah, when you pick up a chicken wing and you're like, he put his teeth on it already and had to put it
well,
down.
if you haven't eaten all day, I don't think you're gonna be that picky. So you get one meal a day.
That's true. But I like how it challenged your thinking. I like how it makes you continue to think even after the movie about humanity, about society, about rules. What I don't like about this movie is how the ending went. I don't know if they went into a rabbit hole of trying to make it very abstract, like trying to seek a deeper meaning into this, or
setting up a sequel probably.
I did not like that at all. I mean, I was okay with the whole, communism idea for the new platform system. I just don't think they utilize the ending, the purpose very well. So yeah, I think overall I'm gonna give this I want to say a 3 out of 5 for me, because I still enjoy the platform itself. I just did not like the ending, and I don't think it has anything to do with the actors, their acting or anything. I think it's just the person who wrote the story.
So stream it or skip it?
Stream it.
Stream it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's worth checking out at least.
Yeah, especially if you like the first one.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with 2.5. I think it's pretty average. I was really getting into it, that first part. I'm like, oh, interesting. The last one was about capitalism. This one's more about communism. And I liked where it was going until that point where, I'm not spoiling anything, with the painting, where she had to get to that painting and do whatever.
Yeah.
And that's when I think it kind of went up its own ass with stuff. Like, there's anti-gravity. Like, are they in fucking space?
It really was space floating.
Yeah, and I think it just really didn't make much sense. Like, trying to just go too abstract, like you said, and trying to get up its own ass with the message, which just made me more confused. And I appreciate them trying to expand on this, but it's just a 2.5. Stream it, I guess, but don't go in expecting the first movie, but or probably more of the same, especially on the last part. It's like the same ending. Almost. I hate to try to spoil anything.
Yeah,
but...
again, I fell asleep during the ending, so it was a 1 out of 5 or 0 out of 5 ending for me. Yeah, but I think you should at least check it out in case there's a third one, right?
Yeah. Maybe the third one will answer some questions, or we end up with just some more fucking questions.
Or it will just kill the whole series.
Yeah. Well, what did you think of the platform? Let us know down in the comments. Hit that likes button, hit that bell icon for more movie reviews, and we'll see you later. Bye.